Ah, yes, Kjerag, also known as the Snow Realm. A country known for its strong religious influence, where the people worship the goddess Kjerag. Thanks to the country's rugged snowbound mountainous terrain, Kjerag rarely suffers natural catastrophe or invasions from other country. So the peoples here haven't need to rely to nomadic cities. And the infected people living here can live a rather peaceful life. But due to geographical features and the long period of peace, most people in Kjerag aren't particularly interested to the outside world, making the country isolated and underdeveloped. But one man, Gnosis Silverash, thinks this cannot be ignored for too long. Kjerag must open their doors and start to developing and modernize the country, by all means necessary. In this story of Break the Ice event, we will follow the story surrounding the Silverash and internal affairs of Kjerag. In December 1097, post-Chernobog incident and Rhodes Island is moving into Victoria. Us the Doctor got an invitation from Gnosis Silverash, the owner of Carlin Trade, to come to Kjerag for oropathy counseling and see the grand ceremony of Kjerag. Silverash's sister, Ensha, aka Cliffheart, is also invited. She tell us about her family, about her brother, and about her sister, Anya Silverash, who is the Kjerag saintess. Ensha warned us about her brother. She worried that the Doctor will end up becoming a pawn in his game. But the Doctor and Ensha still going to Kjerag for the invitation, along with Aurora and elite operator Sharp. Sometime later, the group arrived at Kjerag. After exploring around the market, the group board a train to go to the Mount Carlin, where a Tree Clan council is being held. Except for Aurora, who is tasked to secure a communication station. And because Aurora is a local, Sharp tells her to take a break and visit her family. Because apparently, nothing's more important than family. Meanwhile, the meeting of the Tree Clan Council had started. In Kjerag, the country is divided into 3 regions, each are ruled by a different clan. The Silverash clan on the east, led by Gnosis Silverash. They control Kjerag's industry and mining activities on their territory. Through Carlin trade, the Silverash also act as Kjerag's gateway to the outside world. The Browntails on the west have abundant forests as the backbone of their economy. They are led by their matriarch Ratitus Browntail and her younger sister Sierras Browntail. And last one, the Palarosh on the north, governing the fertile regions and control most of the country military, and is led by their conservative patriarch, Arknights Palarosh. The meeting is also supervised by the Vine Bear Court, a conclave of the gods' cult elders, led by a great elder. The meeting is discussing about the Browntails and Palarosh proposal for Silverash to give up his clan valley and mines territory and withdraw from the council. This is because Carlin Trade's CTO, Gnosis, was found guilty ordering a secret mining and rapid expansion of the mines. On top of that, Gnosis ordered an ambush to the investigation team from other clan. Although Gnosis was immediately fired, but because other clan and elders' conservative attitude, they still don't like how Silverash opening Kjerag doors to the outsiders. So they want him to give up his position and territory. And to avoid dispute with other clan, he makes a proposal for not only his clan, but also other clans to transfer their power to the Kjerag saintess, making the saintess rule the land once again. The people in the room are shocked, and the room is filled with an awkward silence. That I hope someone will break the ice. Silverash then managed to convince the people inside to let the vicar of their goddess to unite all of the different clan under one banner and develop Kjerag for the better. Arknights, while appears as a rough man, he is a devotee of the goddess, so he agreed to transition the power to the saintess. Ratitus looks hesitant, but who dares to say no at a time like this? So she also agreed for the transition of power, and the saintess agreed to become the head of the state. Silverash then tells the other clan members that his guest, which is us the Doctor, will replace Gnosis managing the mines and valleys for a few days. But Arknights is suspicious with this guest, so he decided his clan will inspect us first. Shifting to the Doctor's group, we arrived at the station near Mount Carlin. But General Gillo from Palaroche are ready to take the Doctor to Palaroche's estate. Things are tense and too sudden, so Sharp readying his sword. Then Degan Bracer, the Black Knight, or 3 consecutive Kazim Yesh Major winner, who is now working as Silverash bodyguard, came in to de-escalate things. And Doctor goes to meet Arknights, while Sharp must stand by elsewhere. The story shift to Silverash's estate where Ensha talked about his brother decision. After ensuring her the Doctor won't get any harm, he then meet with Gnosis in a meeting. To officially promote him to customer, in front of stockholders and employee. Disappointed in Silverash's decision, Gnosis seemingly plans to take him down. Back to the Doctor at the Palaroche estate, we met Arknights and General Valles. Arknights said he'll keep an eye to the Doctor in case we're doing anything funny. Then we're brought to our room. Inside, we meet someone. It's the proxy of the goddess, Kjerag. She thinks the Doctor is unique, and tells about how her friend, the Saintess, wanted to change Kjerag for the better. But the Vinebear Court and Tree Clan are always against her. She also thinks that the people's faith have become an obstacle for them to move forward. She believes the people should use their willpower to improve Kjerag, and not use their faith as an excuse to stagnate. And Kjerag believes that the Doctor arrival can help with the current situation. Later, the Doctor is brought to the factories in Silverash territory. Still accompanied by Valles and other Palaroche soldiers. We meet with Courier, and Silverash secretary and also his uncle, Chester. But suddenly the Doctor was attacked by some locals, who believes that the Doctor is here to shut down the factory. Then all hell break loose, but Aurora and Sharp comes in and rescue the Doctor. The Doctor and Rhodes Islander talks about the attack. That is believed to be incited by the Browntails family, or someone else, to stir conflict between the Tree Clan families. After that, the Doctor meets Arknights. He is sure that the Doctor won't do any funny tricks, and allowing us more freedom. On the other side, Gnosis have a secret meeting with Ratatos. He explained how he becomes a scapegoat to cover Silverash tracks, and claims that Silverash wants to overthrow the religious ruling of Kjerag. With more people come to Kjerag, soon oropathy will become a major issue. The ability to deal with oropathy will become a new bargaining chip. And Silverash is about to make the people decide between faith and technology. And faith alone will no longer protect them from disease such as oropathy. Gnosis then showed Ratatus a surprising secret. Silverash had been secretly moving his private army and weapons to Kjerag. Gnosis then destroyed the train tracks, preventing more army to come into Kjerag, and showing a goodwill to Ratatus. Some days later, it's time for the grand ceremony and coronation of the Saintess. Silverash chooses the old traditional way to go to the Carlin Mountain, by walking from his estate, while bowing and praying. This led to Silverash winning many people's heart, who then choose to walk with him to the mountain. At the mountain, before starting the grand ceremony, the Tree Clan members and the Saintess will participate in the holy hunt. Cirrus ordered her servant Munch to give all of her marksmanship in this hunt, and show Ratatus who rules. Unbeknownst to Cirrus, Munch is a double agent, and already takes order from Gnosis to hunt a bigger prey. Shifting to the Saintess, walking alongside Arknights. Arknights expresses concerns to the Saintess about Silverash open door policy, as it will destroy the holy mountain, and the faith of the people. But the Saintess ensure him that the people won't forget about faith that easily. On the other side, Munch executes Gnosis' order to assassinate Silverash. Silverash is injured, but luckily was saved by Sharp, who disguised as one of his soldier. Munch is no match against an elite ops, so she leapt off of the cliff. Silverash then asks Sharp to send his regards to the Doctor who ordered him. And despite his injury, he still continue the ceremony. After the holy hunt, time for the grand ceremony and the Saintess coronation. but Munch was found and arrested. So the elders decided to interrogate and executed Monk right on the spot. Ch'en, who is trying to stop them, only make things worse, and she was also arrested. Yucatan, Ch'en's husband trying to stop the soldiers arresting Ch'en, and Ratatus trying to reason with the elders. But the great elder was poisoned from the cup of wine that Arktos gave to him. This led Silverash to accuse the Browntails and Palarosh trying to take over Kjerag. Gnosis then came in to attack Silverash and persuade Ratatus to fight. But Dagon Braces strikes Gnosis down to the ground first. Then all hell break loose, with Browntails and Palarosh are ready to fight Silverash. Silverash elite army came out of nowhere and are tasked to capture Ratatus and Arktos. But under the Doctor's order, believing it will save more life, Sharp single-handedly managed to beat most of Silverash elite soldiers and make a way for the other two clans to retreat. The Saintess was told to go back inside for the time being. Her heart tells her that this whole thing was staged by her own brother. But she has no leeway to act now. Then Silverash promised to the people that he will bring Ratatus and Arktos to justice. The people begin to chanting Silverash name, forgetting that this was supposed to be a grand ceremony and the Saintess coronation. Yara, who is with the Doctor during the ceremony, talked about Silverash and how soon Kjerag will fall into chaos. So the Doctor decided to meet with the other two clan leaders and discuss a plan. Meanwhile, Silverash meet with Gnosis and remembering their past as a friend who wanted to make Kjerag grow and become the best country in the whole world. It was also revealed that Gnosis was working with Silverash all along. Everything that had happened were arranged by them both. Except for the Doctor, who unexpectedly interfere in this situation. Gnosis will be back in charge of Silverash plan. And he also tells Munch about this. She feels rather disappointed, as Gnosis not trusting her to tell her the truth earlier. But will still help him for the time being. And then we see Ratatus sending an invitation letter to Silverash, claiming that the Browntails are willing to submit to Silverash, and she will tell the truth about his parents' death. Silverash arrived to the meeting place, but the house is surprisingly a trap. She burn and lock the house down, so it will kill them both, leading to a very heated discussion more than Malaysian parliament. She revealed that Silverash's parents indeed died in a train accident, but her grandfather was planning to kill them all along by using this very house. Alas, the accident killed them first, and her grandfather also framed Gnosis' parents. Ratatus admitted that she was happy with Silverash's vision to open Kjerag's door, and how he wanted the other clans to join. But all she see now is that Silverash turning Kjerag into something that he owned. Silverash said that he did it for Kjerag to move forward, and describes all the wars, rise and falls of other nations outside. Kjerag is surrounded by three powerful nations. Kjerag have the natural resources, but they lack technology to improve their country. In order to move forward, he needs the country to open its gate first. The reason that the other country haven't invaded Kjerag is because they have their own problems to deal with first. But sooner or later, Kjerag's natural resources and land undisturbed with catastrophe will court the attention of other nations, and there will be no longer peace in Kjerag. Ratatus is beginning to lose consciousness from the smoke. But luckily, Dagon Bracer and Ch'en managed to save them. Outside, Ratatus see her people worried more about Silverash than herself. Silverash can just leave her there. But he only here to accept the Browntail's surrender, not taking her life. And with this, Ratatus has lost control of her clan. Later, we see Sharp inviting both Ratatus and Ch'en to see the Doctor. Meanwhile, Silverash men held a Saintess and Vinebear caught captive. We see the Great Elder on his deathbed, saying that the stagnation is what brings peace to the people. He wants the Saintess to overcome Silverash and turning Kjerag into the way it was. But the Saintists disagree, saying if the faith progresses, then the faithful will progress with it. And she will lead the people with her own way, for the betterment of Kjerag. Moving to the Doctor. We gathered the remaining Browntails and Palarosh members. The plan is to rescue the Saintess, as she's the only one who can stop this conflict. The Doctor also sent Aurora to ask Ensha to go to Mount Karlan and meet her sister. Ensha agreed, and decided to go climbing the Karlan mountain alone. The storm is approaching, and the wind is strong, but her motivation is stronger. Meanwhile, the Browntails and Palarosh team up for the plan. Gillo and his men are to make a distraction at the foot of the mountain, and facing Valais, who has defected to Silverash side, and Sierra's men going to save Yucatan from the captive, while Arktos and the Doctor secretly closing into where the Saintess is being held. Dagonbracer is dispatched to stop the Doctor, but the one who is with Arktos was actually Sharp. Sharp fights her to buy the other some time, and both prove to be an equal fighter. While the real Doctor, coming in with Aurora and other Palarosh reinforcement. Silverash also confronts them, and all are ready for battle. Meanwhile, Ensha managed to meet her sister. It's a sweet moment, where I think the Saintess genuinely smile for the first time in the story. Ensha was there to protect or escape with the Saintess when the time comes. But the Saintess thinks she should be the one protecting Ensha and Kjerag people. So the Saintess determined to descend from the mountain and end this conflict. Yara, who revealed herself as the matron goddess of Kjerag, congratulates the Saintess for her conviction. She claps her hands, and clearing the dark clouds surrounding the mountain. As the skies clear up, the Saintess arrives in the middle of the conflict. In the face of miracle from the goddess of the snow realm, everyone, including Silverash, kneel down to the Saintess, and thus, the conflict ends to an unexpected conclusion. Sometime later, the Saintess is officially become the head of the state. In her speech, the Saintess encouraged the people to accept the change that the country will have, all for the betterment of Kjerag, as their goddess doesn't want to see her people to stagnate. Later, the Doctor and Silverash are playing chess. In real life, my chess skill is pretty much reed skin. But the match is a draw, and it's a representation of what happened in the story. Silverash talks about all the plans from the beginning, with Gnosis as his collaborator. He didn't expect the Doctor will resolve the situation to a peaceful conclusion. Arktos resigned from his position, and hands over his territory to the Saintess, while the Browntails signed a subordination to the Silverash clan. The people are no longer desire stagnation, and the country didn't have to move forward by only Silverash instigation, but also moving forward with faith from the leadership of the Saintess. It's not exactly a great victory, but Silverash thanks the Doctor for this. So he'll make a new contract with Rhodes Island. And Rhodes Island name will not appear in any records related to this event. Later, Silverash recommended Gnosis to work at Rhodes Island as a special agreement between the company. Before going, he checks on Munch, who already left him without saying anything. Then we see Ensha strolling around the market, where she sees a painting of her brother and sister shaking hands. She believes that one day, she can mend the relationship between the two siblings. At the end, it's time for the Doctor's group to head back to Rhodes Island. De Berman came to pick us up and ask if we didn't take part in any of this. Well, guess we're getting another pay cut from Kelsey. Before leaving, the Doctor said perils that Kjerag faces have only just begun. Dibs on Dagonbracer becoming playable in the next Kjerag event. That should be all. Adios.
火の玉を投げないでね。